Is Bluey really haunted, or are we just paranoid? Who's there? Another cat? We have a faded Bluey, missing underwear, and a bandit that has fused. Let's explore some of the biggest mistakes and mysteries in the world of Bluey. We started edgy, friends. We all remember how naughty Bandit was in the sheepdog episode, but this time, he really went too far. Just when things get chaotic and he seizes the opportunity to swallow Wendy's underwear, we see the blue nightgown fall to the ground. I think Bandit liked the taste so much that he decided to steal it. Later, this nightgown disappears without explanation, and we all suspect that Bandit is behind it. I don't care if he's an old pig, that old man is wonderful. Besides, I think the clothes that Wendy wears are magical or enchanted. In the first scene, we can see a towel, shorts, and a t-shirt hanging on the same side. But after Wendy decides to tend to the sheep, some black socks appear on the side where the shorts and t-shirt were hanging. Wow, to be truly amazed by Bluey, you don't need to take your Mario and Friends mushrooms. Apparently Bingo has magical powers, and I say this based on the library episode. In this episode, we not only see Muffin throwing a tantrum, but we also discover Bingo's secret. In this scene, Bingo is sitting on a cushion reading a book. Just when Bluey is ready to take a picture of Muffin, we can see Muffin through the camera. And oh my. It seems like Bingo just disappeared from the scene. You might think that Bingo stepped out to avoid being in the photo, but that's not the case at all. Friends, she was there the whole time. Is Bingo a vampire? Is that why she wasn't seen on camera? Oh, Bingo, you're getting stranger and stranger. The sheepdog episode brought us not only strange happenings with Bandit and Wendy, but also with Bingo, the illusionist. When she was about to feed the sheepdog, we saw Bandit eat the grass from Bingo's hand. Apparently, Bingo thought Bandit's big belly might also want to devour her hand, so she simply made it disappear out of nowhere. And the paranormal events keep occurring in Bluey, and the Minisode Phony seems to be more haunted than the Amityville house. Just when Chili and the little ones are resting on the couch, they ask Phony to play music so they can unwind. At this moment, we notice that when everyone is relaxed, a picture of Bluey is visible in the corner, right under the clock. But when the girls and Chili come down the stairs, the picture is no longer in that spot. What is this? Something paranormal? Or are they just trying to drive us crazy? Of course, one of the most magical episodes of the entire series, Fairies, couldn't be overlooked. In this episode, not only is Bandit humiliated, but other strange events occur that have no explanation. First, right after Bandit spins Bingo around, pay attention to Bandit's eye, his fur fragments, and simply disappears above his eye. Wow, that's unsettling. But that's not the strangest part. When he's holding Bingo, we can see that Bandit's nose merges with Bingo's body. How did that happen? I think after so much humiliation, everything was glitching for poor Bandit. Bandit might as well have visited the Metamore planet from Dragon Ball. Speaking of magical things, let me tell you, the magic episode truly lives up to its name, and not just once, but twice throughout the episode. The first mystery we can't comprehend is how the land behind Bandit and Loki's dad appears and disappears as if it's playing hide and seek. Do all the objects in this Bluey world have a life of their own? First, we see the ground in this spot just as Bluey and Bingo are about to cast their dancing spell on it. Seconds later, the pile of dirt reappears. However, the most unsettling part is when Bluey and Bingo return to give Chili what she deserves. Just as they throw her to the ground, we see 3 drawings and colored pencils scattered on the floor. But moments later, if we look back at the floor, the crayons and one of the drawings simply disappear. But oh, surprise! Moments after Chili gets up, all the crayons and drawings reappear. This is more intriguing than Carlos Trejo's paranormal episodes. Wow, friends, I think Chili and Bandit should consider giving their house a thorough cleaning. Their belongings move from one place to another, and they act as if nothing is amiss. It almost feels like we're witnessing paranormal activity. In the mini-episode Brownie, we see Bluey and Bingo happily playing with their Play-Doh. Behind them, we notice a cupboard with a pot on top. Pay close attention to the position of the pot. When the scene shifts to Chili and Bandit, the pot is now more centered on the cupboard. And just moments before, it was all the way in the corner. I think there is a mischievous ghost around. At least light a praying candle for him. The Shadowland episode doesn't fall short when it comes to unexplained mysteries. Here we see Bluey and her friends playing, trying to avoid the sun. When they get trapped in the shadow of the palm tree, we notice their moms gossiping in front of the kids. But let's focus on Coco's mom and Sneaker's mom. They are looking toward where the kids are. Moments later, when everyone starts howling and the camera zooms in on the moms, we see Mrs. Poodle and Sneaker's mom. Now they have their backs turned to the kids. Are they really that fed up with them? I'm sure we all remember Bandit's facial mistake in the horse ride episode, and something very similar happened to Bluey in the dirt episode. Here we see Bluey and Bingo happily playing on a large mud mountain. When Yudo is scolded for not being able to play in the mud, Bandit is found soaking the big mud mountain. At one point he splashes a jet of water in Bingo and Bluey's faces. It's at that moment when Bluey's face gets washed away by the jet of water. I think it was stream water, which is why Bluey's color washed off. Just like what happened to Mackenzie in our previous video about mistakes. They should definitely stop adding so much chlorine to the water. The next strange occurrence is something many might have missed because you need a keen eye to notice it. It's in the episode Magic Asparagus. Here, Bluey is hallucinating and turning everyone into different animals, but at the moment, she turns Bandit into a peacock. We see the black spot on his belly suddenly appear on his big belly. I think that Magic Asparagus was indeed causing side effects. It even altered the colors on Bandit. Well, friends, that's all for today. Have you noticed any other mistakes in Bluey? We'd love to read them in the comments.